So let us go with the next question. A Pelton wheel is working under a gross head of 400 meter. The water is supplied through penstock of diameter 1 meter and length 4 kilometer from a reservoir to the Pelton wheel. The coefficient of friction of penstock is 0.08. A jet of water of diameter 150 mm strikes the buckets of the wheel and get deflected through an angle of 165 degree. The relative velocity of water at the outlet is reduced by 15% due to the friction between inside surface of bucket and water. If the velocity of the bucket is 0.45 times the jet velocity at inlet and mechanical efficiency as 85%, determine power, shaft power, and that is the first one is runner power and third one is hydraulic efficiency and overall efficiency. So this is with the question. So let us write down the given datas given. So at the beginning gross head is given, 400 meter, and water is supplied through penstock of diameter. So diameter of penstock is given. So we can take it as, I'll take it d star, it is equal to 1 meter, and length is given as 4 kilometer. Length of penstock L is equal to 4 kilometer, so that is equal to 4000 meter. And in the question the coefficient of friction is given, so F is given as 0.008, and diameter of jet is given, diameter of jet d is equal to 150 mm, so that is equal to 0.15 meter, and they have given deflection angle is given, so that is 165 degree. Therefore we can calculate vane angle beta 2 is equal to 180 minus 165, so that is equal to 15 degree. Then relative velocity at outlet is reduced by 15 percentage, it is given. And next is velocity of bucket is 0.45 times the jet velocity, so we can calculate the relative velocity at the outlet, so that is vr2 is reduced by 15 percentage of inlet relative velocity. If you take 100 percentage as an inlet relative velocity, so if it is reduced by 15 percentage, then 85 percentage is left, so we can write it as 0.85 times the vr1. So this is what they have given. And next is the velocity of bucket is given, so that is equal to, in the question it is given as 0.45 times the diameter of jet. So if you take no, I mean the velocity of jet as v1, so velocity of bucket will be equal to 0.45 times the velocity of jet at the inlet. So this is how we can write it. And at the end they have given a mechanical efficiency is given, so eta m is 85 percentage. We have to calculate, first one is runner power, second one we have to calculate is shaft power, and third one is hydraulic efficiency and overall efficiency. So this is with the question, this is what actually the practical application of this thing what we really use in the field. So in order to solve this problem, so we don't know here velocity of jet or velocity of penstock, anything is all these things are unknown here, so we should apply now the continuity equation. Applying continuity equation for the that is a penstock and jet. So the equation A1 V1 is equal to A star V star. So this is related to the jet and this is related to the penstock. So substituting the value, pi by 4 area of jet, pi by 4 into diameter is given as 150 mm, so 0.15 square into V1, pi by 4 into diameter of penstock is 1 meter, so 1 square into V square. So we have to solve this. We can get the value V star, so that is velocity of penstock is equal to 0.0225 V1. So this is what we will get. Next we have to apply the Bernoulli's equation. Apply Bernoulli's equation. So if you apply the Bernoulli's equation, we will get, here gross head is given, so Hg is equal to head loss due to friction plus kinetic head V1 square by 2g. So here head loss due to friction is 4 F L V square, so that is velocity divided by 2 into g into d plus V1 square divided by 2g. So 4 into friction, you got it, that is given in the question as 0.008 into 4000 into V star is equal to, we have calculated now as 0.0225 V1 whole square divided by 2 into 9.81 into diameter is equal to 1 plus V1 square is unknown into 2 into 9.81. Here gross head is given as 400 meter. So now everything is known except to V1. So we have to solve what is a V1 value. So by solving this, so we will get V1 is equal to 85.83 meter per second. So now knowing V1, we can calculate U. U is equal to 0.45 into V1, so that is 0.45 into 85.83, so that is we will get 38.62 meter per second as a velocity of bucket. Now we can go with the velocity triangle. So this is V1 is equal to VW1. From here to here it is U1 or U, and remaining is VR1. So this will get deflected by an angle of 165 degree. So this will be 15 degree. VR2 and this will be 15. So this will beta 2 will be 15 and this will be VF2. Then later we will draw this line based on whether alpha 2 is acute or obtuse. Now we can calculate the value of, so that is V1 is equal to VW1 from the inlet velocity triangle, so that is equal to 85.83 meter per second. U is equal to, then we can calculate VR1, so that is equal to V1 minus U1, so that is equal to 85.83 minus U1 is, or U is equal to, you got it as 38.62. So you should solve it, we will get VR1 is equal to 47.21 meter per second. Now, knowing VR1, we can calculate VR2. VR2 is equal to 0.85 times VR1. So that is 0.85 into VR1 is 47.21. So we'll get VR2 is equal to 40.13 meter per second. So now what we can do is we can calculate the value of VR2 cos of beta 2. So 40.13 into cos of beta 2 is 15 degree. The answer is equal to 38.76 meter per second. So this value you can see it is greater than u value. So you can see the value, it is greater than u value 38.62. So it is greater than u value. So alpha is acute. Now you can complete the velocity triangle at the outlet as this way. So this will be acute alpha 2 and this will be V2 U2 and this will be VW2. So this will be how we can draw the outlet velocity triangle. Now what we can do is we should calculate what is VW2. VW1 we have already calculated. We need VW2 in order to solve the in order to get the values of work done, that is for the calculation of power. So we can calculate VW2 by applying cos beta 2 to this triangle. So cos beta 2 is equal to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Cos beta 2 is equal to adjacent side is U2 plus VW2 divided by hypotenuse is VR2. So that is cos of 15 degree is equal to U2 or U is equal to, we'll get you got it as 38.62. VW2 is unknown and VR2 we have got it as 40.13. So if you solve, you will get VW2 is equal to 0.143 meter per second. So knowing this, we can calculate the value of work done. So but before going to that, we can calculate the first question that is given in the question is so let us calculate what is discharge. Discharge Q is equal to A1 into V1. So that is pi by 4 into D1 is 150 mm 0.15 square into V1 is 85.83. So that is Q is equal to, we'll get it as meter cube per second. Next, going with the work done. First one is power. So that is nothing but first one is power. So that is runner power or power. So that is equal to Fx into U divided by 1000. So that is rho into A into V1 into VW1. Here it is plus because alpha is acute. VW2 into U divided by 1000. So we have to substitute the values here. A into V1 we have calculated it, and we got it as 1.516. VW1 is 85.83 and VW2 is 0.143 divided by 1000 into U value, so that is 38.62. So we'll get the answer of power is equal to 5033.54 kilowatt. So this is with the runner power. Next we should go with the calculation of shaft power. So second thing is so in the question they have given the mechanical efficiency. So we should go with the equation mechanical efficiency is equal to shaft power divided by runner power. So shaft power, we have to calculate it. Mechanical efficiency is given as 85%, so 0.85 is equal to shaft power into runner power is 5033.54. Now we can get shaft power SP is equal to 4278.5 kilowatt. Moving to the third part, third question is calculation of hydraulic efficiency. So hydraulic efficiency eta H is equal to 2 into VW1 plus VW2 into divided by V1 square. So calculating, so it is into U 2 into VW1 is 85.83 plus VW 2.143 divided by 85 into 38.62. So you should solve it. You will get hydraulic efficiency eta H is equal to 0.9014, that is equal to 90.14 percentage. So this is with the hydraulic efficiency. We should calculate what is overall efficiency. We have the relation between hydraulic efficiency, overall efficiency and the mechanical efficiency. So that is overall efficiency is equal to mechanical efficiency into hydraulic efficiency. So in the question mechanical efficiency is given as 85%, so that is 0.85. In hydraulic efficiency we have calculated as 0.9014. So solving this we will get eta naught is equal to 0.7662. So that is equal to 76.62 percentage. So far we have solved different types or varieties of problem in Pelton wheel. Among these, design of Pelton wheel is very important, which is usually asked in the question papers. So I will attach here different questions that is asked in the question paper regarding the design of Pelton wheel. So I will attach here in the same video. You can go through it, and for the solving that problem you can refer the problem number 62, in which we have already solved one problem where we have designed the Pelton wheel, where we have calculated the diameter of bucket, diameter of jet and number of jet required. So referring that you can solve the questions which I have attached here. So these are the other questions which are from the question paper regarding the design of Pelton wheel. In all these questions, so here shaft power is given in all these question, and speed is given, overall efficiency is given, head is given, jet ratio is given, that is, and in the few questions, in the two questions they have given, in the first question they have given d by d ratio as 10. In the second question, jet ratio, it is given as jet ratio that is equal to 6, and in the third question they have given jet ratio is equal to 12, that is nothing but d by d, and they have given coefficients are given, so that is coefficient of velocity is given and speed ratio is given. So by using all these things you can design the Pelton wheel. To solve this problem you can refer problem number 62, in which we have designed a Pelton wheel using the given data. So with this we have completed module 3. We will move to the next module, so that is module 5, in which we will study Francis turbine, Kaplan turbine and centrifugal pump. Thank you.